What's up, guys? Welcome to this Christmas special. Christmas Eve. We had some good price action yesterday as far as Milady. So we're definitely going to map the charts today. Couple key things that we're definitely going to look at. And we'll kind of wait and give everybody a little bit of time to trickle in here. Let's see here. Got my eggnog, spice eggnog, and I'm ready. The house is smelling good. And while we do wait for some people to trickle in here, I want to say I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas and whatever you celebrate as far as your holidays. Let's see here. All right, so AVK, what's up, man? How are you doing today, brother? While we do wait for some people to trickle in here. So now that we got some people in here, let's get started. First things first. Hope you guys are having a great Christmas Eve or whatever you guys celebrate. I hope you guys are having some wonderful holidays and some good plans as far as being with the family. Yesterday, if you guys did catch the live, which I know most of you guys did, we were calling for a breakout, right? And we're going to go over some things today, a couple things that I did see. And just pretty much yesterday, it played out pretty much how we predicted, right? We predicted that this bounce and this confirmation that we had, technically right over the 50-day moving average, we were confirming that there was going to most likely be a nice breakout, and that's exactly what happened. We bounced. We had about 4 or 5 candles above the 50-day moving average, which was this line right here. We bounced above it, and since then, we had a nice breakout. From where we were mapping yesterday during the stream to where we actually made a new little local high, it was about 38%, 39% was the move. That was excellent, right? Very, very nice. My portfolio was definitely in the green. So Tiffany said you was spot on. I appreciate that, Tiffany. It feels good when you find those indicators, right? And it plays out, right? Now I will say not always does it play out, but a lot of times you can use these indicators, right? These moving averages and stuff like that, and it'll kind of give you a gist of where things are going, right? But you can't predict, what the actual market will do, right? So we could have had those confirmations of those of above being the 50-day, and then let's say a whale could have sold, like right after that and just dropped it, So a lot of times it will play out, but not every time. So I'm glad that yesterday it did play out because, it made me feel good when I woke up. I saw like towards the end of the night last night, I was looking, I was like, wow, we're pumping. I was like, this feels good, because we did map out that 50-day moving average confirmation. Excuse me. Now, what we're looking at now is something similar. So we have this red line, which this red line is going to be, I believe it's going to be, this is your 200-day SMA. So it's not technically your 200-day moving average, the same as what we have down here. We have a green line right here. This is going to be your official 2-day moving our 200-day moving average for the whole, the whole existing of Milady, right? But we have the SMA 200-day, which is it's similar, but it's a little different. It's going to go along with your 20, 50, 100, and your 200-day. Well, we broke out of every single one of those 20, 50, and 100, right? But we have this 200-day SMA moving average. Well, you can see we did break above it, right? And we have been bouncing slightly above it, but there was a couple candles that broke below the 200-day SMA, right? Broke below, we broke above, we broke below, and now we're looking like we're forming a green candle above. So what this usually tells me is that we really, I don't see a confirmation that we're going to see necessarily a breakout as of now, but it easily can happen, right? We are forming what they would almost call a golden cross, where you have one of these moving averages, which is going to be, I believe, the 20-day and the 200-day SMA about to cross over. You can see over here you can see these golden crosses right here formed a big green candle. Another golden cross right here formed an even bigger green candle, right? If we can actually get this golden cross right here to merge and actually complete, like where it will basically cross over the two moving averages, I'm guessing that we're most likely going to see a nice big move up. Most likely, if I was to predict, we'll probably move up towards this 11, because this 11 is most likely going to be a big spot for some solid resistance. Now, we could blow right by it, but I'm honestly seeing us probably bounce up towards this the 11 most likely, and hopefully we can break the 11 and form it as some kind of support. If we can form that as some kind of support, we're definitely going to be back on our bullish run, and I would definitely see us going back up to these local highs up here, if not exceeding it here soon. Looking over at the market cap, if you guys remember yesterday, the market cap was sitting at around $58 million. Look where we're at right now. We're at 74 million, and look at the volume. Did I not say yesterday, if we start having a nice candle form and we start doing a breakout, even if it's 20%, you're going to see the volume start shooting up. And look at the volume, to over basically $12.5 million for a 24-hour volume, up 154% compared to yesterday. We were sitting at around $4 or $5 million. So that is just telling me that the hype is building back up. We have a lot of people coming back in to Milady, ready to go on a next run, is what it's looking like. So looking at remember, these are going to be lagging indicators right here, the whale wallets and stuff like that. But you can see as of, let me see if I can pinpoint it right here. It's so hard to get on it. Let's see here, the 22nd. Whales actually are holding on to the exact same amount that we had the day before, 660 trillion. So whales really aren't accumulating. This is most likely going to be retail investors and actual investors, long-term holders that are adding on, basically getting into this this move. Looking into the whale wallets. Remember yesterday we had for $100,000 or more of a wallet, they consider that as a whale wallet, right? Yesterday we had only 50 wallets that were over 100,000. You can see we actually accumulated one extra wallet as of yesterday, only in the last 12 hours, because last night was a stream. It's 12 hours later. We accumulated one more wallet that has bought over $100,000 of Milady. So that's definitely a good sign. Even though it's not, we didn't jump up, hundreds of whale wallets, but the fact that we even just jumped up one wallet instead of going down, we jumped up a whole wallet that has over $100,000. That could have, it doesn't really give us the indication. It could have $1 million. Someone could have bought in for $1 million. We really don't know. I mean, we can find out going into depth, looking at the wallets purchases and stuff like that, but we won't be creepers like that, right? Now, right now, like I said, everything's looking great for Milady. Everything's looking good. Again, with the volume and the market cap steadily moving up, that's definitely big signs that a lot of people are jumping into Milady or jumping back into Milady, right? Again, we're waiting for this cross to see if we can get some kind of a confirmation. As long as we kind of can bounce, at least we're above these three moving averages, right? We have this last moving average, which is going to be, let me see here. This is most likely going to be, I'm trying to look at the color codings, but this is most likely going to be your 100-day moving average, and we're sitting right above it, right? We keep bouncing above. As long as we can hold above this 100-day moving average, which we're forming another green candle, we're most likely gonna complete this golden cross, and I think that's what's gonna send us up towards this 11 mark, and we'll continue into this bull run. So everything right now is looking great as far as Milady. Definitely. Real quick, I do want to just pause and just say thank you guys, everybody that's in here right now, and if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like, and if you're not already, hit the subscribe so you guys can get those instant alerts whenever we do go live or repost videos. Now, as far as the rest of the market, just peeping what's going on, Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's currently sitting at around 43,600. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is actually sitting below its moving averages right now, pretty much all of them. Yesterday, it was bouncing above the 50-day, just like Milady, but for whatever reason, we kind of bounced under. But you know what? Bitcoin's its own beast, right? But I will say, looking at what Bitcoin's at right now, we have still in play this bull flag that's still playing out. And I think that we'll probably chop a little bit more into Bitcoin because it's the holidays, right? We have, Christmas Eve, Christmas. A lot of other people are celebrating other holidays and stuff like that. So right now, I think there's just not a lot of volume in the market. And Bitcoin right now is basically just sitting in this channel, which is considered still a bull flag. which if you guys know, if you're familiar with the channel, a lot of times we'll predict these bull flags. Though usually towards the end of the channel, whenever it does decide to end, we'll see some kind of a big move. And usually how I will predict the move is usually I'll go from where this channel is. You see there's a pole, right? This is the flag. So basically I'll grab that same line and I move it towards the end. I'm predicting that somehow, and maybe in the next few days as we get past Christmas, like literally like a day or two after Christmas, I'm predicting that we're probably going to see the volume start increasing on crypto, like Bitcoin particularly, and we're most likely going to see this flag play out, and we're most likely going to break up towards these local highs at around 44,800, if not maybe finally breaking somewhere around the 45,000 mark for Bitcoin. Now, let me just map this out. Let's say in the next few days, Milady's kind of chopping around the same area. If not, maybe we do get this breakout towards 11, and maybe we're kind of sitting over there finding some support. If Bitcoin can somehow jump up towards 45,000, you're going to see Milady. It might not be instantly, but you'll see Milady probably start jumping up towards, like I said, these local highs that we already were at just maybe about a week ago is what I'm predicting. So the fact is, yesterday we were sitting at, well, let's go back 2 or 3 days ago, right? We had this, dramatic but steady drop down, right? Which happens whenever you start going up 200 or 300%. You're going to see some sell-offs, right? The market, the volume was kind of just down on the whole market. Crypto was kind of just stagnant. There was a couple projects moving, but as far as Milady, we broke in, or we got into this channel, right? We found a bottom. We kind of were chopping around in this channel, and pretty much we had to wait for the moving averages to kind of come down and meet us where we were at. Once we kind of moved down and we broke through the 20-day, and then we started bouncing off that 50-day moving average, that was kind of confirmation that we were going to most likely start having another bounce towards the upside. We saw that yesterday or last night. Now the next move, like I was saying earlier, is really just mapping and staying above this 100-day moving average now. Staying above this 100-day moving average and possibly forming some kind of a golden cross right here. And that's where I think our next move is going to be, probably up towards the 11. If not, moving up, maybe more. Because you guys can see when we made this confirmation right here, just from yesterday, let's go from where we were at, one of these candles that confirmed, to where we topped out at right here. That was 36%. So if we were able to make another 36 or maybe even a 36% move, you're talking about moving up, probably back up towards this 12 mark to be realistic. And that would put us right back to where we're right in line, right back into reach of our local high. So I've been telling you guys, we did move down from our local high. We were down, 50 or 60%, but I've seen on our way up us make some of these candles, like this candle right here particularly was like a 55% candle alone. So we could easily bounce right back up and get right back to where we're at as far as, our local high. So just catching up on the chat. So Interstellar, Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to you, Interstellar. Thank you so much for being with us. We're not going to be here for too long because I know you guys are busy. You guys have a lot of things going on. Let me know what you guys are celebrating. I know a lot of people are celebrating Christmas. We also have other things out there that people celebrate. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sipping on some eggnog that's spiked. It's spiked. I already have, it's 1 o'clock where I'm at. I'm already sipping on some eggnog, trying to just get going, right? Because we're anticipating, I'm having family over today. The house is smelling good. We got the Christmas songs going. I wrapped all the presents that I needed to wrap, last minute. Everything's good to go at the house, so we're pretty much just waiting to eat and really just, for family, friends to come over. We're going to play some games and, do all that good stuff, right? And just enjoy, and I'm probably going to, I'll still monitor, I'll still have like my phone and I'll pull up the charts and stuff like that, but I try to kind of just put everything aside for right now, like just not even worry about what's going on the charts, and maybe just take a half a day where I'm just not like glued to, the charts or anything like that. And not saying that's what you guys should do, but do something similar. Make sure you guys are just enjoying yourselves, right? Because crypto doesn't ever sleep, and tomorrow we'll be right back at it. And 2024 is going to be a crazy, crazy year for us. I see a lot of green in your portfolio coming up, so... Let's see here. So, Crow King, Merry Christmas. David, Merry Christmas. OG, do you think Pepe will be doing something big as well? OG, so I've been telling people, I've been saying I wouldn't be surprised if Pepe and Milady are one of the bigger meme coins, for 2024. We do have other meme coins that have bounced in, like Sneak, I think it is, and we have what's the other one? God, I just got a brain freeze. Well, we have a couple other ones that have been kind of moving right now, making a name for himself, but I don't think that they're going to be doing what Milady and Pepe are building up to do. Pepe, I feel like, had such a big run during the bear market that when this thing goes into the bull market, I think it's going to definitely go on another run for sure. You can see it's been kind of slowly moving itself up, It hasn't had any explosive moves lately, but I think that it's basically setting up for when we do really get into a bull market. Pepe is going to really start getting up there. And we have a little joke on the channel that we're probably... Oh, Bunk. Thank you, Tiffany. Yes, it's Bunk. We have a little joke in the channel that Pepe and Milady are going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting during this bull market, right? And but listen, we're not going to do no tribalism on the channel. We're going to support both meme coins. But I have a feeling it's going to be, like Pepe versus Milady in the bull market. And we will have other contenders like Bunk and Sneak. And there's other one like OmniCat, some other ones that are trying to break out, but they really don't have the foundation that's been building like Milady and Pepe, right? So that's what I honestly think is, I think Pepe is definitely going to have a good run in the bull run. But like we always say, Pepe versus Milady. Milady right now, even after we just had this 30% jump up, our market cap's only at $74 million. If you go over to Pepe's technically at like around, I think it's at like $400 to $500 million. So Pepe has a considerably larger, it's at $600 million. So Pepe's 7 times bigger as far as market cap than Milady. So if you were to look and say, all right, if the same amount of volume and same amount of money came into Pepe and Milady at the same time, Milady would jump up 7 times higher as far as gains, right? Versus Pepe. So I'm just saying that as far as Milady, what we always keep saying in the channel is Milady has so much more of a potential to really blow up and to see bigger gains just because of the fact that the market cap is still so considerably low versus majority of the other meme coins like Bunk. Bunk, I'm pretty sure it was at $1 billion like as of yesterday. It was at like $1.5 billion during its like heyday just like a week or two ago. Yeah, it's sitting still at 1.1 billion. So something like Bunk, I'm not saying it won't have some nice runs, but Milady is going to have a bigger run most likely just because the market cap is 1/10 of what Bunk is, so I honestly, I've always steered towards where's the potential for bigger gains, right? And the fact that Milady is on major exchanges, and the fact that like I keep saying, the market cap is so incredibly low compared to a lot of these other meme coins that I predict that Milady's most likely going to see a bigger run. Now, going in here and looking at Gate.io, looking at their actual transactions, this is the Gate.io right now has the most volume. They're sitting at around 33% volume for the day for Milady at around a little over $4.1 million for the day, right? So this is usually a big indicator on what's going on. And just one thing I wanted to point out, the last few days, we saw the buy all the way down to like 16-17% buys, and the sells were at like 83 to 85%. Well, look what's going on now. Buys have jumped back up towards about 52.5% versus sells are about 47%. And I'm willing to bet that if we would have zoomed out and probably looked at it before this thing was on its way up, the buys were obviously well taken over, around probably 80 to 90%. It's evened out. You can see we've kind of broke into another channel, kind of like what I was saying was going to happen yesterday. We were probably going to break out and kind of form some kind of another channel. And now that I'm looking at it, we actually can map out. It looks like we're actually forming. What do you guys think I'm going to say? We're forming a bull flag is what it looks like. And we're going to see how this plays. there's a lot of things that are basically indicating that Milady is most likely going to be going on another run here, and I think it's going to be coming up pretty soon. As long as the market as a whole can kind of stay where it's at, or maybe start, doing a little bit better as far as like volume and stuff like that, I think Milady's really going to probably shoot up here, and we're going to get towards these local highs again. I think it's pretty much going to be coming here soon. So we'll see how it goes. If you guys haven't already, hit that like. Make sure you guys hit that like for sure. So what do you guys have planned for today? Like I said, we have family. We're going to be cooking, playing games and stuff like that. What do you guys do usually on Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve. So if you guys don't know, I always forget to just jump on camera and do these live. I'll eventually do it. I don't know. I like having my full screen on the charts, but we'll end up doing it. But what I'm getting to is, for myself, I live down in Florida, and I'm Spanish. I'm Cuban. I'm also Spaniard. So we on Christmas Eve is usually a big party for Christmas Eve. It's usually bigger than the Christmas day, right? And what it is on Christmas Eve, we'll celebrate for your distant family too. So your cousins, your aunts, all of them will come over, and everybody will kind of celebrate together. Christmas Day is more of a, your real close family, like you're with your mom, your brothers, and stuff like that. But so Christmas Eve is usually a big party. That's what we do. So we have a big party, and we kind of, just enjoy ourselves, play games, like I said, have drinks, and massive amount of food. So Rawls, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate that. So let's see here. So Rawls was saying, first of all, you're a true G. Appreciate that one. You were spot on. And second of all, when you get time, what is your opinion on, I can never pronounce that. What is that? Celicia? I always mispronounce that, but let's look it up and let's see. You are not the first person that's asked us about that project. And I wouldn't doubt that as I pull it up, we'll have some kind of a fib retracement. Yep, there we go. So this thing has really been doing some things here. So since we last looked at it, this thing has just been steadily just moving up. This thing looks great. You can see a couple things. So looking at right now, you can see the all-time high was around about $15, right? Right under it, about $14 and 95 cents, we'll say. About $14.90 was the all-time high, and you can see where it's sitting right now, about $14.52. It's definitely getting back up there to retest that all-time high. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually. Oh man, I just moved my fib. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing actually breaks this all-time high right here. Now it could be very brief, where it'll break it, maybe break out a little bit above, and then possibly, I think the bullish scenario for this would be if it breaks that $14 and we'll say 90 cents. If it can break that and possibly use that as some kind of support, that would be a pivotal spot that would make it pretty much bullish in my eyes. Not that it already isn't bullish, but sitting here and just mapping out, so you can see right below this all-time high is pretty much where it just hit its head, and you can see it already did that once. So I would definitely two things. If I was already in the project, I would be very happy because this thing is moving up. I would honestly just be careful. Don't get too greedy, because I don't know where you've bought in on, but you are up considerably on this project. Just looking at, if you were able to catch it down where it was, the bottom, you're up 500%. So don't get greedy. You know what I'm saying? This thing could definitely continue to run, but you never know. You have so many people that have been making so much money that eventually this thing is going to find a spot, and it's going to have to retrace, and get to some spot where, the sellers are going to be overwhelmed by the buyers. But from where it's at right now, what I'm saying is it looks like it did top out again at where it locally topped out right before it made this basically this very small local high. And what I'm getting to is just be careful. You might come down from where I'm at right now and maybe bounce. You have these moving averages right here. Particularly, this is going to be your 50-day moving average. This thing does look bullish because it is staying parallel to the 50-day moving average. So for right now, it is still considered very bullish. Very bullish. If it does break this 50-day moving average, which would probably be, it has, because these are lagging indicators, so it hasn't even formed where the price is right now currently to where the 50-day moving average. But right now, what I would say is it still looks great. If it does, for whatever reason, come down and break the 50-day moving average, then I would maybe just look to see if I'm going to take some profits and maybe wait to buy back in at another time. But for right now, like I keep saying, I mean, the charts look very, very bullish. This thing is above all its moving averages, and it's right under its all-time high. So with that being said, this is a relatively short chart. This thing really hasn't been out since only November. So, it hasn't even seen a dramatic drop. It's just really been kind of finding highs and then maybe dropping down 10 or 20%, finding local support, and then it's back up and running. So just be very careful. Like I said, if you already are in the profits, I would be looking at maybe, what's my exit strategy? What's my exit strategy right now? Because you always can buy in at another time, right? So let's say you're up 50 or 60%. If this thing maybe drops another 20 or 30%, could be another spot for you to buy back in, because the project is fairly new, and I wouldn't doubt that this thing definitely starts running up. I wonder what is this. I wonder what this is. What ecosystem this is running on. If it's running on Solana, dude, this thing is like. Let me see here. TIA. If this is running on Solana. Let me see your TIA token. So it's an Ethereum. It looks like it's an Ethereum-based token, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not it. Arbitrum. Is it on Arbitrum? Let me see here. I think this is a different chart. No, it's the same chart right here. It looks like it's running on Arbitrum, which Arbitrum technically has been running pretty well right now. The reason why I asked if it's on Solana, because Solana, particularly a lot of DeFi projects on Solana, are going crazy. Solana is going crazy, so it's bringing up its whole ecosystem. So I wouldn't, if this thing was on Solana, I'd say this thing's going to continue to just keep mooning. But like I said, just be careful. If you're in the green, I would definitely looking at an exit strategy, possibly if we do come down towards this 50-day moving average, right? And remember, if you guys are mapping your own charts, all you have to do is go on to TradingView and look up you go on your indicators, and you're going to look up your MA ribbon, right? Your MA ribbon is going to give you your SMA 20-day, 50-day, 100, and 200-day. A lot of times these are indicators on if we're bullish or if we're bearish, right? If it's above its moving averages, it's usually bullish. If it's below, if it keeps bouncing and hitting its head on the moving averages, it's a bearish sign, right? So that means you might have some more pain. Again, just want to make sure I'm clear on this. This project looks very bullish. So I'm not saying sell right now. I'm just saying have an exit plan just in case if you guys do break this 50-day moving average. But other than that, right now, this thing looks like it's going to continue to test this local high and possibly make some new highs. So good luck with that one, man. Definitely. Now, real quick, let's see here. OG, you've been posting Milady since day one. Thanks for always posting videos. Love from California. OG, dude, I appreciate the super chat, dude. I really do. Thank you so much for your support. I know that you've been here for a while. I don't know if you're invested in Milady, but I appreciate you coming in and supporting the channel. I really do. And if you have any questions on any of your particular projects, definitely let me know in the chat. We can map them out for sure. And I hope you have a great holiday with the fam. Much love from Florida all the way across to California. Remember, I was telling you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, like I said probably like a month ago in one of the lives, I spent a lot of time in California. I got much love for Cali, right? Especially I love burritos, and that's where burritos are from. I love burritos. I actually went downtown. I live in Tampa. I went downtown, and there was a Mexican restaurant, and I ate a burrito last night. I was so freaking happy, dude. So happy. So right now, real quick, for Milady, AVK, I see, hold on one second, all right, brother? So I see right now, we did not break, this is the 100-day. We still have not, we looks like like I said, we broke it and we bounced above it right here, right? But it looks like we have been forming some candles that are below this moving average. We did actually just form, I don't know if you would consider that a golden cross or not. We're going to have to see how this plays out. This thing right now is like a 50-50. This thing could easily break out any minute, or we could possibly maybe have some downward movement, but I don't think it's going to be like we're going right back down to where we were at back in this channel that we were in yesterday, right? I don't think we're going to see that, but a couple things. We haven't broke this moving average yet. I think it's coming, right? I think it's going to come, but we're in a bullish flag right now, channel that I'm thinking it's going to play out to where we're probably going to shoot up and we're gonna have a couple spots on our way up that are gonna find some resistance. But I think if this bullish flag plays itself out, we're probably going to see ourselves up towards the 11 or the 11.5 mark, moving us closer towards getting back up towards these local highs. So right now, don't even worry about it if we're having some red candles form. As long as they're small and short, you can see it's basically a battle right now where we're pretty much trying to get above this moving average, but we formed 3 candles already that have been under. We're hitting our head, which is telling me we're not ready yet to break out. We're not ready yet to break out on another breakout. So we might consolidate and sit in this channel for a little bit longer, but the breakout's going to be coming soon again. Because remember, we're just coming off of a 36% move, right? Just from last night that we mapped out. So even if we have some small little cool correction, it is what it is. As long as we're going to have some more moves towards the upside, perfectly fine. Now, let's see here. AVK, you think Milady will survive this bull run? For 100%. Survive? I think this thing is going to thrive in this next bull run. I think, like we've been saying, I'm not just throwing out numbers, man. I think this thing is definitely going to exceed $1 billion in this bull run. I definitely do. So, and AVK was saying, Christmas evening, relaxing with my wife. Tomorrow with my family for dinner. Nice. I hope you guys have a great, safe Christmas, AV. I really do, man. What's my Christmas bringing? What do you mean by that? What do you mean Christmas bringing? What's the terminology on that one? Like, what do I hope for Christmas is what you mean? And if that's the case, it's really just being with the family. Really just being with my family, my daughter. You know, I have my puppy. You know, and all my family that's coming over. You know, but I consider my daughter and my puppy. She's my daughter too. So I have 2 daughters. You know, and just being with my girls. You know, and just being safe. That's pretty much all you can ask for right. You know, just anybody that you care about. So it looks like we got a lot of California people in here. It looks like Eduardo, what's up, brother? Joel jumped in and he said, much love from California, 805. Nice. What's up, brother? And then OG was saying, I have 21 billion on Milady. Hope that's enough for a bull run. You know what's crazy, OG, is like, you never feel like you have enough, right? You could say I have 150 billion right now. I hope that's enough. You never can have enough, man. You never. That's why I stress, and obviously I'm not giving out financial advice, but I always stress, you know, as far as when we're down, I know it's rough, right? When we're down, I know it's rough and we're just chopping. It stinks, right? But I look at it as opportunity. I don't just say these things. I'm telling you, like, I literally bought when we were in this channel, you know, and I bought multiple times. And that's, I always say for myself, because I'm not giving financial advice, but my opinion is just really, when we're down and out, that's when I just keep adding to my bag. And when we're up, you know, like I said, you always want more, but I think if you buy in and you DCA when we're down, when we're up, you're happy. You're happy with what you have. Obviously, we always want more, but you know, it is what it is. Everybody's got different financial situations and stuff like that. And I feel like I always tell you guys, make sure that you guys are investing what money is going to be in the bank or sitting in your shoebox or whatever that you absolutely do not need, right? Maybe something you were going to go buy, something you did not need, you know, maybe just put it into an investment, you know, because you're better off doing that, making money off of your money, right? But never invest money that you're going to need anytime soon. In this channel, we never say, oh, I only invest what you can lose, because investing in crypto 95% of the time, you're not going to lose, but you might be down. But as long as you don't sell, you're not going to lose. You might have to hold on to your investment for longer than you anticipated, right? But as long as you don't sell, you don't lose. So now, hold on one second, guys. Hold on. All right, so James was saying, oh, wait, hold on. Eduardo said, cashed out some massive profits on Corgi AI when it hit 35 and bought some Milady. Nice. That's what the move is right there, bro. Moving, diversifying and moving your profits around, right? So you can keep doubling up and tripling up on your profits. That's how you do it, Eduardo. Good job. James was saying he had 60 billion here. Nice. And Captain said he can smell that Binance listing around the corner. And you know, it's so funny you say that. because I have been seeing a lot of people on Reddit and tweeting, the same thing. They're tagging Milady, and they're like, they just feel the Binance listing coming soon, and I wouldn't doubt it. Let me see here. We can look at some of the latest tweets for Milady, and let's see here. Let's see here. There was some people, all these bots on here, but I was seeing earlier, I was looking at some of the posts, and they were basically saying, let's see here. So 3 hours ago, got a nice pump going. Let's get it, ladies. A lot of people just tagging what they're owning. Ladies, Elon, BTC. Let's see here. People asking for predictions. Ladies to the moon. Golden Cross incoming. Remember, we were just talking about that. Let's see here. But I saw a lot of people earlier. They were talking about particularly Binance, a Binance listing. And remember yesterday's stream, I was saying, I wouldn't doubt that maybe Binance or Coinbase, one of them will drop it on their platform, and then the other one's going to follow suit, because that's usually what happens. And I would not be surprised if that happens. If it does, you guys better be ready, especially if we're already up like we are right now. Or let's say this bull flag plays out, right? And we jump up towards this 11 and a half, and then somehow maybe in the next week we hear of Binance dropping it on to their exchange. It's going to be very bullish, very, very bullish. I'm telling you, if the more exchanges obviously that we have that are going to drop Milady on, obviously the more eyes and the more investors that are going to be on Milady, right? They're going to be able to buy in on Milady. Maybe a lot of people can't use certain exchanges that Milady's on right now in their jurisdiction. So let's see here. So AVK, my goal for this bull run is finance a house in Thailand with my wife. With my Thai wife. Yo, I was looking on YouTube, and this girl posts videos of what you can buy in Thailand with like 100 grand. And I was like, holy crap, you can buy like a mansion over there for like 100 grand. That's crazy. Like, I'm talking about, she did a video where she was up in a skyscraper, something that you would buy like in Miami for like $10 million. It was like 150 grand in Thailand. She was like, holy crap. It makes you wonder, like, maybe I should take my crypto money and go elsewhere with it and go live a lavish lifestyle, right? So just looking at Bitcoin really has been just chopping in this channel, like I was saying earlier. I'm really not worried, because if you notice, Bitcoin has a bull flag that's forming, and it will be pretty much complete here any day now. This thing's going to break out, and I'm thinking it's going to be right after the holiday, like right after Monday, Christmas. And I wouldn't doubt that we kind of sit in this channel. If we possibly might get some momentum from a golden cross, if this does form. Really what I'm looking at is two things now. Now that we've you can see, I had to zoom in. Couple things that I'm looking at right now. So if this green candle is under this moving average, and this red candle is under this red, the 100-day moving average, those are kind of two things. We did make the cross, but we're still under these moving averages. If this green candle can somehow bounce above, and we can stay above both these moving averages, we're about to fly up another 30% most likely. But for right now, what it looks like for right now, looking at these 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, basically this one's still forming, but these 3 candles were under this moving average. So that tells me that we're still not ready to break out like crazy. We're still not ready, but I think it's going to be coming up soon. So Liam said, I'm from Thailand. Nice. There you go. AVK, you can link up with Liam. Y'all can go out. Nice. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like for this Christmas stream. Again, I do appreciate you guys all coming in today. It's not going to be a very long stream. I want to give it a little bit longer. I want to see if we're going to break out above this this average right here. That would be a very nice little move. But if we don't, and we do kind of chop in this channel, it will not get me upset, because like I said, at the end of the day, I think we're just forming some kind of a bull flag, and we'll mostly jump above these moving averages and start our way back up, on this continuously moving up movement that we've had in the last just day, really. If you guys remember, obviously we made this high, we dropped down into this channel, and we predicted yesterday that we were going to have this nice move up, and it played out almost exactly how we kind of anticipated. So everything's looking great, and this bull flag just looks so nice. I'm telling you, usually, most of the time, not every time, but most of the time, these things play out for the upside. So I have a feeling we're definitely on a run. All right, we're on the mix of a big run that's about to be happening, right? So looking back, let's look at coin market cap. So again, market cap for Milady is up 25%. The volume's up 150%. Those are big indicators that, we're definitely looking great as far as just, Milady itself. The volume for the whole crypto market has gone up 25%. That's awesome. Remember the last few days, the volume in the whole crypto has been just so down. It was down 6 or 7% in the last few days, just every day down, right? There wasn't a lot of money coming in. And another thing that I see, dominance for Bitcoin has gone down. Yesterday it was at 51.5. It's down to 50.9. So that's not a dramatic move, but that's a decent move down as far as Bitcoin dominance. That means a lot of people are moving into altcoins. And the number one altcoin right now is Solana. Solana keeps making, look at Solana right now. Look at all the moving averages, and it's just running parallel. That's what you want to see a chart look like right there. Very, very, very bullish. Solana is right now sitting at around $115. It did make a high of around $118. This thing is just not moving. It's not moving whatsoever. Market cap has shot up for Solana. FOMO is just kicked in on Solana, and I've been saying for the last few days, I'm telling you, Solana is definitely taking a lot of volume. So let's see. Liam said 7.2000000 Milady. Is that how much you have, or? And then let's see here. Gene said, "What's your price prediction for Milady in the next bull run?" So Gene, as far as instead of an actual price for Milady particularly, I'll give you my prediction on market cap. So I think right now we're at around $70 million market cap. What I've been telling the whole group is that I think when we get into this bull run, I think Milady is going to be somewhere anywhere from $2 billion to $8 billion market cap. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to be in between $2 and $8 billion, and that's me being conservative. I don't want to give out these crazy numbers, and we don't get anywhere near it. So I like to go towards the down, like the conservative side. So I think that we're probably going to be somewhere around $2 to $8 billion is what I'm predicting, which, let's just say we go to $2 billion. You're looking at, just for us to jump up to $1 billion right now, I believe $1 billion would be a 10x from where we're at right now, right? If we jumped up to $2 billion, that would be a 20x, right? If I'm not mistaken, $2 billion would be a 20x, and then obviously if we jumped up to $8 billion, that would be like 100x from where we're at right now. So, Sean, what's up, brother? What's up, man? Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Let's see here. So, if you guys have any other projects that you guys want to look at on this Christmas Eve, let us know. Like I said, we're not going to take up much of your time today. Checking out Bunk. Bunk has been it made this local high recently, and it's been kind of stagnant. Nothing crazy. Oh, so Liam said he has 7.2 billion. Nice. There you go, brother. So let's see here. So Bunk really has been just stagnant. It's been really just sitting right on this 618. Formed some solid support at the 618. So, I think Bunk is kind of just recharging itself, possibly for a new run. The volume probably is down like crazy on Bunk. The one thing that it doesn't scare me, but I'm with Bunk is the market cap is already over $1 billion. Bunk is already over $1 billion. So you have a lot of people that have come in and they're still sitting on massive profits. So if they wanted to, if people really, if anything could start a sell-off, right? I'm not saying that that's going to happen at Bunk, but if you look at this chart, it's had such a massive move. It has found a spot that it's pretty much bottomed out at, but this thing could easily drop even more because you have so much money that came in on its way up that are probably sitting on profits. So I think Bunk definitely is going to have another move up, most likely, but who knows? Who knows for Bunk? So let's see here. So AVK, 100x, we can build 2 houses in Thailand. Build 2 houses and you'll probably be on the side of a mountain living like a king. That's awesome, man. Mr. Amor, thank you so much for joining, brother. What's up, man? Almost 40% yesterday. We kept calling it, right? Thank you, Amor. You remember? I believe you were here yesterday, right? We were calling that. We weren't calling for an exact 40% move, but we definitely were calling for a big move. We knew it was pretty much on the horizon, just because of those confirmation candles that we saw bounce above the 50-day SMA moving average. Now, what I was saying, I don't know if you caught earlier, was right now we did form some sort of a cross, right? As far as with the 100, and I believe this right here is the I believe this is the 50-day, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. All these lines, they need to color code them a little bit better, or I wish they would at least label them. So let's see here, the yellow, then the orange. Oh, so the yellow is a 20-day moving average. Okay, so I see. So this is 100 and the 20-day moving average, right? And right now we were sitting above the 20, but the 100-day, we were getting confirmation that we were bouncing above it, but we did break under the 100-day moving average, and we formed basically 3 candles that are under the 100-day moving average. And you guys can see right here, this 4th green candle hasn't really gone above this 100-day moving average, which indicates that we technically are not yet ready for another run up. When we flip and we break over this 100-day, you can see it's just cannot get above it right now, right? But whenever we can break above it and basically form a few candles above this 100-day moving average, we're going to be going up for another run. Again, for this bull flag to play out, we're probably going to chop in this channel towards the downside a little bit. It's not like it's going to be going, crazy down 20%, but we're going to see this chopping where it's going to be kind of just, it'll look like it's going up and then it'll just drop back down. Going to stay in this channel, and eventually something's going to break where we're going to end up flying up if this bull flag will play out. So we'll see how it goes. So let's see here. Keep the live on in my truck, bro. I'm running into a Guitar Center real quick. Nice. We'll keep it going. So let's see here. Gene was saying, how many zeros will Milady will be left with $2 billion market cap? So that's a good question, Gene. Honestly, with the math and stuff like that, dude, I couldn't tell you. But if I was to do a guesstimate, right? If we were to do maybe a 50x, I would say a 50x would probably drop 1.5 zeros. 100x would probably drop 2 zeros, right? So you can do your math on where you're at. But I do market cap because let's say you have $100 right now and we do 100x. That $100 would be $10,000. Let's say you have $1,000 and we do 100x. That $1,000 will be $100,000. So you can kind of do the math a little bit easier versus if I say 2 zeros, it really doesn't. You just know your portfolio is going to be up like crazy, right? But you don't really know the dollar amount. So Gore was asking, what kind of confirmation can you see? Can you even see there? So there's right now, as far as confirmation, the only thing that's confirming to me is that we have not broke above this 100-day moving average. We have not broke above this 100-day moving average. So you guys can see we confirmed the 50-day, right? And we broke all these moving averages right here. We blew right by them, right? You saw a couple crosses. So we crossed over. You could see these crosses. Every time we made a cross over a moving average, big green candle formed. Cross right here, even bigger green candle formed, right? And that just started the momentum of us moving up. But look where we moved up to. We basically moved up to where this 100-day moving average is. And we kind of started going parallel, right, with this 100-day moving average. And you can see we're slowly we're moving parallel to this 100-day moving average, and now the last 4 candles that we have not broke above this 100 days. So what is that telling me is that we technically are not ready for another explosive move just yet. I'm not saying that we're about to move down whatsoever. I'm just saying what the charts are telling me are that we're going to probably chop in this channel for a little bit longer. I wouldn't doubt if it's most likely either today, tomorrow, or most likely what I'm thinking we're going to see an explosive move, or at least a lot of volume coming in, is going to be on Tuesday. When Tuesday, the day after Christmas, the markets and everything else are going to be opening up. Everything will kind of get back going for the next week until we have New Year's. Well, the money's probably going to come back in. The volume's probably going to spike when we get back into Tuesday. A lot of investors are going to be coming in. We'll most likely play out this bull flag. What I'm predicting is somewhere around Tuesday. This could happen maybe tonight. It could happen at any time, right? But until we basically can break above this 100-day moving average and form at least 3 to 4 candles above it where we're kind of bouncing and finding it as support, until that can happen, we're going to sit here and we're going to sit in this channel of this slow, not a big, but a slow move, downward moving kind of price action that we're seeing right now. But I see a big move coming again. Watch, we're right on this 100-day moving average. We're literally right on it, and we keep retesting it. You guys know what I always say. We keep testing a certain level. And we're definitely going to we're going to break it eventually. And let's see here. So Gore was saying, when will possible BTC ETF approve take place? And that's something else we've been covering. From what I'm hearing, obviously, I it's just hearsay until it actually happens. But we're looking at probably around January the 5th to January 10th is when they're predicting that the ETFs, the deadline for the approval is supposed to be taking place. Now, they could easily, try to kick the can farther down like they've been doing, right? But we know it's eventually going to happen. But from what I'm hearing is there's no more down the road. We've reached a point where the can can't get kicked down anymore, and that there's a decision that has to be made on either between the 5th and the 10th of January. That's coming up basically in about 2 weeks from now. So if that is to take place, let's say we have this bull flag that plays out, we break above this 100-day, we get listed on Binance, Milady is going to take off along with a lot of other altcoins, but particularly Milady that we're mapping is definitely going to start taking off. And I wouldn't doubt with that whole recipe that could happen, we probably will break this little local high that we have right here at the 17 easily. Because remember, guys, we're technically right now, we're about 50%. I think it's a little bit more from where we're at right now. We'll map it out. So from this local high, from where we're currently sitting, we are at about 73%. You guys can see we're at 73% from where the local high is. We've seen candles in just a few hours form that have gone up, green candles 55%. So that isn't not far. That's an easy day for Milady, 70%. That's a half a day. Milady could go half a day, take off for lunch and dinner, and still run right back up to its all-time high in one day. So we're not far. Everything right now is setting up and is looking very bullish, not only for Milady, but for the whole crypto market. It really is. Real quick, I want to take a pause. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys have hit that like. Hit that like and make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys can get those instant alerts whenever we do post videos. Now, let's see here. Shiba Inu on Solana chain. Bro, so gold. I was telling everybody, anything that's on Solana right now, Solana's ecosystem right now, anything that's in Solana's DeFi is going nuts right now. It's going nuts just because Solana itself, it just keeps making new highs, right? They're not all-time highs, but they're new highs that they keep forming. So everything, whenever a chain, like let's say whenever Chronos starts moving and it's having those days it's up 30-40%, you can see the whole DeFi is just moving with it. Everything's just moving with it, and that's what's going on for Solana right now. Everything on Solana is pumping. So Solana technically will continue to move, but it's definitely it's due for a nice little correction. I think it's gonna move. I think it's gonna move a little bit longer, and I wouldn't doubt that there's some kind of a correction coming up, because that thing has been just going crazy. It really has. So let's see here. Sorry if I missed anybody's questions. Let's see here. So Sandeep said, "Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, brother. Thank you so much for joining with us." And Gore was saying, "Can you tell us how you select which coins you're going to buy?" So Gore, what I do with a lot of coins is I look at certain things. A big thing that I usually look at if I'm looking to buy into a coin is what has it been doing for the last few months? Is it down? Is it up right now? I hate buying in on coins that are already up 300, 400%, right? I'm just very cautious. I'm trying to get into those projects before they go up 200 or 300%, right? Because I want to make that money. So usually what I do is I look for coins that are, kind of sitting dormant, not really making big moves, but a couple things that stand out for me. And I'm just going to use Milady as an example. Market cap. I'm looking for something that usually has a smaller market cap. Now, if this is like a big layer 1 project, let's say it's Solana that just got released, right? And it's a layer 1 project and it has a lot going for it, and the market cap maybe is at like $500 million. That's a small market cap for a big layer 1 chain, right? But if it's something like a meme coin, Milady having $70 million market cap is so small that I know this thing's gonna do some big things if the volume and the money really comes into this. It has the potential to shoot up. Another thing that I do look at is market cap and also circulating supply. A lot of people forget that. They'll buy into projects and they'll look in the circulating supplies, only 10% of the coins are even circulating, right? And it has another 90% of coins that are going to be slowly released into the project. A lot of projects have different time frames as far as when they're going to release the the rest of the coins in circulation. But you have to be very careful, because you buy in on a project, the market cap might be low, right? But the circulating supply is very low too. So meaning what they have in circulation, but the max supply is 90% more. They're going to slowly keep pumping in coins as the market cap moves up, and what happens during that is usually the project will stay stagnant, because there might be money coming into the project, but on the back end they keep just adding to the supply, right? That's usually what I'm looking for, is for me not to be in a project that's like that. I like to look for projects that have at least 70-80% coins in circulation. Usually if you can find a project that releases all their supply immediately, like the max supply is already out and the market cap's low, that's a good sign, because now the market cap's low. Everything that they're going to be adding as far as into that project for coins is already out there, so they can't keep adding on the back end. Those are two things that I look at, right? And then also, if depending on what they are, if they're meme coins or if they're like I said, layer 1 or layer 2s, I'm looking to see what does the project bring into the crypto space. Is it another project that's going to do the same thing that 1,000 other projects are already doing? Well, then it's going to have a hard time really standing out and shining, right? But is this project bringing like AI projects? Are these projects coming out and maybe doing something as far as AI technology with crypto? Those are big things that I look at too. So, but the two main things that I do look at are the market cap and the circulating supply. I'm obviously always looking for a smaller market cap, and I'm always looking for the circulating supply to be at least above 70 to 80% circulating supply usually. And be careful on projects that just get released, because a lot of times they will usually dump from those early investors that were able to get in on pre-sale. So if you see a project that you're hyped to get into, a lot of times let it come out, let it kind of do its thing. Even if it does shoot up a little bit, it's going to come back down, and will find a spot where it will kind of it'll find that support level after it drops, and it goes up and drops. It'll find a level where it's kind of, all right, this is the price that it's going to kind of start moving up on. So Ines, let's see here. Oh, so Gore, real quick. Hold on, I'm missing a couple questions here. So AVK asks, why did Elon hype Milady's? I don't know exactly, why he did it, but he posted that NFT for Milady's, and you know what? Instead of asking why, just be like thankful that he did at least bring some exposure to the project, right? because I mean he did bring a lot of eyes into Milady, so that's what was great. But why he did it, I don't know. Maybe he likes NFTs, and maybe he was interested in what they're doing as far as their NFT line. I have no idea exactly why he did it. I'm sure other people can kind of dissect, or maybe he released a reason why. But as far as the reason why, I have no idea. But I'm happy that he did it, right? So Gore was asking when will, or no, not when. Let's see here. Oh, and Gore was asking, and if the ETF doesn't get approved, what will happen after? So if the ETF does not get approved, Gore, obviously there's always that fact that we could, have a sell-off, because a lot of people are anticipating that it is going to get approved. And I think that's a big reason why Bitcoin has really been holding above 43,000, because there's a lot of speculation that we're going to get approved in early January, right? So I think if it does not get approved, and for whatever reason they're able to postpone it even longer, I think there's going to be somewhat of a small sell-off, but I don't think it's going to be anything like crazy where the Bitcoin's going down to some of these levels that we saw a year ago. I don't think it's going to happen like that, but there's always that possibility that a lot of people could be upset that the ETF didn't get approved, and they maybe sell off thinking that Bitcoin was going to shoot up on the approval. So we'll have to see how it happens and what's the wordage. That's another thing too, is like the wordage. If they say we're going to pause the exception and we're going to basically keep monitoring it, and for a possible approval in May, maybe the people stay in, they don't make the sell off. But if they basically say we're not approving this, and it's like strong wordage against, but then I think we're going to see some kind of a sell off. But I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy, honestly. Remember, we have big things coming in 2024. Not only the ETF, but we have the halving, and we have also the interest rate cuts that are going to be occurring this year as well. That's usually very bullish for the market as well. So we have a lot of other things going on. We obviously would want as much bullish stuff going, right? So we want that ETF, but if it doesn't happen, I think it'll cause somewhat of a sell-off, but we'll keep moving. So let's see here. So Ines wants me to check Hemel. Let's see here. If they have the chart on TradingView, I shall. So let's see here. So this is what I was talking about. I'm glad you had me bring this up. So you see how this project got released? A lot of times you'll see this happen where the project gets released, right? You'll see a nice move up, but eventually it's going to be real short-lived a lot of times, and you'll see where it's going to it'll have a dramatic drop. It won't go all the way down, but it'll have a dramatic drop. And you see how it's kind of just sitting that baseline right here? It's basically forming support. It's because this is a new chart, so it's forming support where it's at right now. So where it's at right now, technically, I'm not giving financial advice, but I would say this wouldn't be a bad spot to accumulate, or if I was sitting on the sidelines, to buy in on the project if this was something I was interested in, right? Because you had the release, right? You saw the dramatic move up, and then you see the obvious move down, and you can kind of see now it's getting towards its moving averages. Everything's kind of has kind of just gone into a tight range, we'll say, right? A tight range. Now, when we zoom in, you can see all these moving averages. You see how it's bouncing and it's hitting its head on these moving averages. I think if you have some patience, you might be able to buy in at some of these lower levels right here, as it'll come up and bounce on some of these 50 or 20 day moving averages, and it gets rejected. You might be able to catch it at like a 10-20% discount from where it's at right now. But if you're looking at the long scope of things, this thing is basically finding a spot of some support where it's at, somewhere around where it's at, and wouldn't be a bad spot in my eyes to accumulate or possibly buy in if I was interested in that project. So just be careful though, like I always say on those new projects. So Sean, so what do hold on. I'm so sorry I'm missing everybody's questions here. So let's see here. So my plan for this coming bull run is to ride Milady to heavens and then put the profits into a top 5 coin, which those are pretty consistent in bull runs. Exactly, more. They're pretty consistent, and they're you know they're usually safe, right? You're not going to see 100x gains in those, but they usually, especially during the bull run, you'll see just a steady increase in the price. So that's not a bad goal to have. And then Liam was asking, what about AI Doge? So I remember looking this thing up a while back. Let's see here. So a couple things on AI Doge as we look at it. The chart actually looks very bullish. It does look very bullish. This thing looks like it's been steadily just moving up. Looks very bullish, honestly. You have a lot of the moving averages. It's already above, but you have a couple moving averages that you can see that it just cannot break. This 20-day moving average, it can't. It looks like it broke, but it easily broke right under, and you can see it's running parallel. So right now, this thing does look great. It does look great if you look in the long run, right? But it looks like it's just been going on swings. So if, like, let's say I wasn't in on AI Doge, I think if you have patience, you might be able to catch it on a swing, maybe somewhere down here towards this 24, maybe 23 mark, maybe retesting some of these levels. But if you look at it as you look at the project long term, this thing has just been steadily moving up, right? It's been steadily moving up for sure. So definitely looks very bullish. It's sitting above its official 200-day moving average as well. So it's definitely a very bullish chart right here. Looks great. As far as a breakout, if you're already in, you're definitely monitoring this 20-day moving average. You can see it just can't get above it. And then also you have the 50-day. So the 20 and the 50-day moving average, it looks like it's struggling to get above. If this thing can break above this 20-day moving average and maybe form a few candles above it, you're going to see a massive move up. You're going to see a massive move up. You can see right here, for instance, you see how it broke above every single moving average right here, right? You actually had crosses, golden crosses, where it kind of formed these really big green candles, but when it went back down and looked for retestment, you could see it was bouncing right on the 20-day moving average, and you can see how it had these explosive moves up. Since then, it did have a nice little cool off, and it broke under the 20-day. So right now, you might have a little bit of a swing towards the downside. Like I said, if you're looking to accumulate or add to your bag, 23, 24 mark isn't a bad little spot that I think possibly it could come down and bounce. Or if you want to get real technical, maybe if it stays above this, I believe this is its 100-day. I'm sorry, this is going to be 2050. Yeah, this is its 100-day moving average right here. If it can stay above this 100-day moving average, it still would be very bullish, and it wouldn't be a bad accumulation spot right there at the 25 instead of the 24. So good luck on that one. So let's see here. Coin Sniffer and other datas are really good, and market cap is at 1.8 million. Nice. That's a small market cap. So let's see here. Yeah, so the Goober said, don't forget Bybit is continuing to buy Milady. And you are not lying. You can see Bybit is one of the higher volumes as far as 24-hour period. They have been accumulating. We don't know if these are buys or sells, because for whatever reason, when I go in, see, like Gate.io will tell me what's going on as far as buys and sells. For here, it's really not, doesn't give me a percentage that I can see on here as far as what's what's being bought versus what's being sold for Milady. And that's what I wish. See, on Gate.io, it tells me the percentage. I appreciate that. For this one, it doesn't really tell me, as far as what the percentage, like for, let's see, Gate.io, you can see we're at buys 53.5 and sells 46. If you guys remember the beginning of the stream, I was saying that the sells were at 83% yesterday before we had that breakout. Real quick, let me see here. So it looks like we had a small little sell-off. You guys can see the charts do not like that we're not breaking this 100-day moving average, right? It does not like it. We're going to, like I said, we're going to most likely continue to stay into this channel. Hopefully we can get back up into the channel, and we need to eventually break this 100-day. It needs to break this 100-day and get above it for us to get onto another breakout. But right now we are sitting at the 9.7. Let's see here. So we definitely want to see that confirmation above the 100-day for sure. It says look at Bybit, the buy-ins. Let's see here. How do you look at the buy-ins? Not recent trades, order books. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're looking up on Etherscan. Yeah, Etherscan will show you. Yeah, if you know what Bybit's wallet is, they'll show you what they're buying for sure. Oh yeah, 100%. On that Etherscan, yeah, that's how you get on that creep mode, and you can see what the whales are doing and what the big exchanges are buying. And for sure, you know what? We know that they're buying in, and that's great. You know that, like I said, that's great. What I'm looking at, we're looking at charts, and I want to see us break this 100-day moving average. Until we can break it, we're gonna have this kind of a slow move down, and you guys can see. You see how we broke out of this channel, but we quickly got right back into the channel, and that's what I'm saying. We're gonna sit in this channel for however long until we can break. You know, but what the main thing is we want to see it keep retesting this 100-day. We want to see it keep retesting. If it's going to take 5 more candles, we want to keep retesting that 100-day moving average because we need to break it. That's what we need to see is us break it. So, but let's see here. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like. Make sure you guys hit that like. And if you haven't, I always look at the statistics, and it's like 75% of the people that are watching are subscribed. So the other 25, you guys need to make sure you're hitting that subscribe channel or hitting the subscribe for the channel so you can get those instant alerts whenever we do go live or post videos, and obviously you're supporting the channel. So, and I appreciate that very much. So we'll see. So Goober was saying every time there's a dump, Bybit gobbles up. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's exactly what's going on. And you better believe, Goober, like we always monitor, you know, when we look at these, let's see when we look at these whale wallets right here, so the whale wallets are going up, right? The whale wallets are going up. Wait, hold on here. Oh, okay. So it looks like, so remember we like 2 or 3 days ago, whale wallets have gone up. It looks like whale wallets have technically gone down a little bit. But regardless, the whales are still accumulating. And you better believe out of these whale wallets, most of them, not most of them, but a big chunk of them are going to be the exchanges. The exchanges are who's holding those really big bags of Milady. And usually when we have word like Binance is going to possibly release it, that's probably what we're going to see as far as these big moves, these big buy-ins, because they have to buy in and make sure they have enough of whatever coin they're going to be releasing on their exchange, because people obviously are going to be buying from them, right? So they'll usually buy in, and like Goober said, they'll a lot of times, imagine if you're about to make let's say they're buying in like $5 million of Milady. They're monitoring the markets. And they're going to buy in when Milady's down in this channel right here, right? Because they're going to buy in down here because they're getting it at a fraction of the price, because by the time they release it on Binance, the word will always get out right before they release it, and people are ready to buy. They're going to be selling that Milady, and they're actually making profit off of what they're selling to the users, right? Even though the price is going to continue to move up, they're also making money off of the exchange, fees, and the fact that they bought in probably a big chunk at a fraction of the price. So so we'll see how it goes. So let's see here. So I think there's a couple things coming soon, because these big whale wallet movements, I definitely believe that too. And he said I'm subscribed because you sound like, and there's something in the way I can't see. You sound like me, a voice wise. I appreciate that. Goober. I really do. Guys, listen, I'm going to let you guys get to your families. I'm going to let you guys enjoy yourselves today. I just wanted to come out with a quick live. Everything's looking great. Again, real quick before we leave, couple things. Don't leave yet. Make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe. But one thing I want you guys to, if you guys are going to be monitoring the market, make sure we're watching the 100-day moving average. If we can break above that, mark my words, all we need is a few candles to confirm that we're bouncing above it, and we're going to have this shoot off. We have this bear flag that's formed. So I am anticipating a big move here coming soon. The price action might be a little boring today. Might be a little boring back into this little channel, but remember, we just jumped up 37% as of last night going in today. So we had a big move. We need these little cool-offs. That's perfectly fine. Get us set up for another big move up. We're on our way back up, and Milady is going to melt faces in this next bull run. So you guys, again, be safe out there. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I will come up tomorrow. We'll do a quick Christmas special, maybe during the midday, while you guys are in between celebrating. If you're able to, come join with us, and just make sure you guys are subscribed so you can get those instant alerts. So we'll come in. It'll be a quick, quick live. Unless Milady is going crazy, then we're going to obviously stay here for a little while and celebrate. So other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.